What's good, you guys? It's Jibu. Um, and it's probably my last video. I'm not really sure, to be honest. Now, why is this probably my last video? Well, I don't know if I should be telling the whole world about this, but okay. So basically, I took a loss. I got kicked out my mom's place and stuff. Yeah, just had a ton of issues. Now I'm out here just trying to figure things out, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I was just staying at a hotel. Got enough money for now, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the future holds for me, really and truly. But yeah, I'm just gonna, you know, take things step by step, shit like that. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I just came to, talk about life, my thoughts and opinions, shit like that. Just in case if anything happens. So yeah, man, I don't know, but life has been crazy, really. Yeah, my life has been crazy, man. I don't know, it's been tough, really. I'll be honest, I'll be completely honest, I regret the fact that I went back to my parents' place, that I went back to my family. I understood, to a degree, how bad they were, but I didn't think they'll be this bad. The only reason why I went back after I left was because, it was basically almost a last resort, really and truly. So I just said, fuck it, man. Let me just go back, you know. But I didn't think they'd be that evil, if that makes sense. Like, I guess it was like, they're after revenge, when I left, type of thing. So, yeah, I don't know, it's a bit crazy. But so the reason why she kicked me out was because I was looking for my stepdad in the house. I'll be honest, I wasn't really looking for a fight, but like, I wanted to confront him about, a few things, and then my mom didn't want me to have it. She didn't want, a fight between me and, this dickhead, Mamadou Sisseba. He's such a pussy, man. He's always talking shit, like, it's just crazy, bro. But yeah, she didn't want a fight happening. She was talking about how I just barged in the room, which I did. Like, I was pretty mad, I'll be honest, I was pissed. But yeah, basically I just barged in the room. I just had enough with this guy. Barged in the room, just wanted to ask him a couple of questions, But if a fight ever broke out, then, guess we just got a fight, innit? I guess, but yeah, man. I don't know, it's tough, really. It's like, I don't know, it's just like I'm just dealing with, it's just so much hate, man. It's just so much hate, bro. It's like the world rewards irresponsibility and degeneracy. Like, in these Western societies today, like I'm just sick of this society, bro. Like, it's just sad, fam. Like, it's like, if you want to win in this world, in this Western world, you have to be a complete and utter narcissist, and it's just sad, like, nothing's genuine, nothing's authentic, Like, it's just sad, really. Like, I've been dealing with more hate than love. Like, not to say I haven't been receiving love, but the love has never been, it's never been outward love, like, type of thing. Like, it's never been out there, if that makes sense. Like, I've been receiving love, but it's just like, it's just cowardly type of thing, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, bro, I can't lie, I low-key support you, but like, I can't mess up my money hanging around with you, like, that type of thing, like. And then, to my response, it's just like, why would I want to mess up your money? Like, I'm just somebody that's expressing my thoughts and opinions to the world. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. If you like it, then, at the end of the day, it's whatever. I'm just expressing my thoughts and opinions. I've never addressed anybody by name. So it doesn't make any sense for you to feel personally attacked when I've never addressed anybody by name. And I guess my biggest mistake and my advice to anybody trying to be an activist or speak their mind is to make sure you've got your money in check. Make sure you have enough funds. Make sure you have enough money to the point where they can't attack you financially. The reason why Kanye West is winning is because they can't attack him financially. Salute to Kanye West, by the way. I support Kanye West and what he's doing. I respect him. But yeah, man, that was probably one of my biggest mistakes. If you was to look at Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King, Shannon Sharp, who else? Fred Hampton. All these people were financially independent. They didn't have to rely on the government. They didn't have to rely on any white person or anybody like that. They saved up their money and they utilized their money to help out our people. So that was probably one of my biggest mistakes. I've definitely been hit financially, unfortunately. And I feel as if that's one of the main reasons why people are scared to speak their mind today. They don't want to lose their job and then, can't accommodate themselves financially. You follow? So I understand it. But, if you want things to change, you have to stand up to things. You have to fight back. Like, you have to be vocal. You have to understand that, like, somewhat I wouldn't say pessimistic about the situation, but I'm telling you, there are people out there, they will lie, they will slander, they will hurt you in any way, shape, or form. So you have to prepare yourself for that. And they will get you. That's without a doubt. They will get you. They got Malcolm X, they got Fred Hampton, they got every single black activist, every black leader, any leader that they felt opposed them had been killed off, murdered, hardly hit their potential. Just imagine if Malcolm X was still alive today, or was still alive 20 years ago. He would have hit his peak. We would have been at our best. In fact, just imagine if Malcolm X, all these other people, all these revolutionists, Louis Farrakhan, all these people came together. Well, I don't know about, Louis Farrakhan, all these people came together, and implemented a plan. My goodness, bro, our situation would be 10 times better without a doubt, in my opinion. But, bro, unfortunately, bro, I have to call out the black media. Oh, there's people already there. I have to call out the black media because it's just too in love with drama, bro. It's too in love with slander. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everything is just about slandering black people this, slandering black people that. It's just gossip, drama, slander. And it's just tiring, bro. We can't focus on what's right, bro. There's kids dying, black kids dying, bro. There's black people dying day by day, bro. But it's focused on who slept with who. It's focused on just silly drama, just petty beef, bro. Like, what celebrities beefing who? Like, why should we focus on that, bro? When there are kids dying, kids starving, and we focused on what celebrities beefing who? How does that make any sense, bro? Like, you don't see any white media going out there slandering their own celebrities like that. So why do we do it to our own people, bro? We're not serious. That's the problem. You expect other people to take us serious, but then you can't be serious yourself. No wonder why we're dead last. And plus, mind you, the black media was never about that. It was always about, giving good advice on how to be better and shit like that. And now it's just about, like, who's beefing who's sleeping with who, what's one's sexual orientation and all that other shit. Like, that's just nonsense, bro. It's just pathetic. Like, bro, we can't be serious, man. You know. I'm at the end of the day, we do have to take responsibility because we're the ones giving it the attention. Black people are the ones giving it the attention. Like, instead of like figuring out, oh yeah, like how can we better our situation? Like, instead, what you're focused on is just pay shit like that doesn't even involve you at all. That won't make our situation any better. And that shit doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah, it's just sad, really. Like, I went to McDonald's. I went to charge my phone because my phone was about to what's it called? It was about to shut off. Like, it was on 0%. Tried to charge my phone, and there were two black guys at McDonald's. And bro, it was just, I just knew what type of people they were. They look exactly the same. They act exactly the same. Like, bro, it's just sad. Like, they were in McDonald's, they were wearing Nike, North Face, just that white-owned and produced product, clothing. You know, feeling as if they're better than anybody else because they got a bit of money, because their parents are rich. You know, out there slandering my name, bro, behind my back. Like, it's just sad, man. You know, but I was sitting close to them, and like they said nothing. But the moment I'm from a distance, they want to say something. These are the type of black people we have to deal with today. The same people that are supposed to be on your side, the same people with the same skin tone, darker than me. These two were darker than me. These people were dark skinned. And I just find it so weird how it's the dark skinned people, bro. Dark skinned people that are just complete whitewash. They're probably the whitest people. It's like the darker you are, the whiter these people try to become, bro. Like, what the fuck? Doesn't make any sense, bro. Like, bro, you deal with the most scrutiny, with the most discrimination, and it's like, out of everybody else, you're the ones trying to be something you're not, bro. You're supposed to be for us. You're supposed to be for our people, bro. But I don't know. It's like we've got nothing to be. We don't give ourselves a reason to be loyal to each other. That's our problem about black people. We don't give ourselves a good reason to be loyal to each other. We don't benefit ourselves in a way that will keep us alive. You know, we don't give other black people jobs. You know, it's like if you go to a black bank, you know, it's like even these black banks aren't even supporting you. You know, it's like we don't even support each other. We don't give ourselves a good reason to. You know, but that's supposed to come from the heart though, bro. You know, it's supposed to be within you to want to fight. You know, but it's not within other black people to want to fight. So no wonder why they're out there slandering other black people, you know. And it's like, you know, as Dr. Umar said, you know, and it makes perfect sense. You know, the only reason why a lot of black people are loyal to white people is because, you know, black people have been given jobs by other white people, or what's his face? Yeah, they've gave them opportunities to change their life for the better, and so they believe they owe them something, you know. You know, they've gave them white people have gave black people a good reason to why they should respect other white people, you know. They put them at a place where if they didn't have this job, they would be homeless. And so because this white man gave you a job when nobody else would have, you believe that you're supposed to be loyal to them, you know, which is further from the truth, you know. You're allowed to have a job, you know. You're allowed to work, like, if that makes sense, like, you know, like you shouldn't be doing things. You shouldn't be doing good things, you know, just for the sake of trying to capitalize off the situation. You know, it should be from the heart. You shouldn't expect anything good to come forward from the situation, you know. But unfortunately, you know, we don't give other black people jobs. We don't give other black people a good reason to want to be loyal to black people. We have other black businesses. which oftentimes fail because we don't support them. But not just that, but we have these black business owners that are supporting us. So it's like, why should I be loyal to other black people when this white person over here has gave me a job? You follow? So that's what's happening, really and truly, which is sad. But here's the thing, you don't owe anybody anything. Just because you've done one good thing doesn't mean, what's your face? Just because you've done one good thing doesn't mean, what is this? Just because you've done one good thing doesn't mean you owe them your life. Like, these people sell their souls. Like, bro, like they give everything away on the line, bro. But what's there to say if it was genuine? What's there to say, how about you look at it at their perspective? What if it's like, okay, well, I can't find anybody else that fits this position, so let me just hire this person, What if it wasn't for the greater good, But we don't question things any further, and that's our issue, bro. We're too comfortable in the position we're in, so we don't question things, We don't question everything. Is this genuine? What's the motive? All these sorts of questions, bro, which will make you open your mind to more. But we're just comfortable, bro. We're comfortable with the amount of money you make from an average earning job, and that's not an issue. But when it comes to really white women, anyway, but when it comes to fighting for your people, you're not ready for that. You're not prepared for that because you were too comfortable, bro. You're too lazy. Instead of bettering yourself, pushing yourself, putting yourself in uncomfortable situations in order to make yourself better, you've just been sloppy, bro. You've just been lazy, betraying your own kind, betraying your own people. That's sad, bro. You don't see white people betraying their own people. They will never. They won't allow it. They won't even allow it. That's the thing. They won't even allow it. In fact, they were actually reported a few, only a few, don't get it twisted. The majority could care less, but there were very few white people that actually risked their lives to fight for racism, and they were lynched for it. They were killed off because of it. So, it's like, I don't know, it's just sad, man. I cannot believe we're at a point today where we have, and I'm not disrespecting, I'm not judging, I'm not disrespecting anybody, but we're at a point where it's like we have old, fat, wrinkly white men that look like they've touched a couple of underage people from time to time, thinking they're better than other black people, even the people that are on top. That's position, and we must blame ourselves because we're the ones that are out here, what's it called? Giving these people the sort of ego. So we have to blame ourselves at the end of the day. But I just find it sad, bro. There was a point where, we were the probably more civilized than the whole of Europe. The Mali Empire was richer than the whole of Europe. You can look it up if you don't believe me. Now it's like, Mali is one of the poorest countries today. Like, bro, it's just sad, bro. We're probably at one of the worst states imaginable. So, but I will say this though, I truly believe that right now, if not right now, in 10 years' time, this could be the best time to come together, work together, and make things better for us, bro. Because it's obvious everything's collapsing. what's it called? The economy's crashing in these Western societies. Bro, like this could be our best time. I truly believe Africa could thrive, but only if we start working together, bro. I see Rwanda's making progress. Another country, I forgot what name it's called. You know, but a few countries are making progress. Uganda, that's making a decent amount of progress. So, yeah, man. Like we could really change our situation for the better, but you know, we have to work together though. Like real shit, because like the world is like the Western world's losing its mind, bro. Real shit. That's fun. Like the Western world's losing its mind, bro. Like, you know, it's trying to what's it called? It's trying to juggle its issues, you know. But obviously everything's backfiring, obviously, you know, because they're not acting on their natural form, bro. You know, like the Western world's all about individualism. Like, bro, like we're social human beings. Like we're not meant to, you know, we're not meant to live alone, you know. Like I just hate that concept of, you know, you can do things on your own. That's bollocks, bro. You need people to help you. You know, a business wouldn't run if you didn't have other people supporting you. You know, a business wouldn't run if you had no customers. You know, so it's just pathetic and stupid talk about you don't need anybody, bro. Man, I'm just gonna be honest, bro. I'm not even trying to offend anybody, but that's some white boy shit. Like, let's just be honest. Like, bro, we have never been about individualism. Never throughout history. You can look at every single history book. Have we ever been about individualism? We've always been about collectivism. And that's one of the reasons why Africa was the most civilized continent. Because we were all about working together. We're about us. We're not about, you know, about me. We're about us, helping us. We're all in this together, you know. You know, if you lose one man, that's your army weakened, you know. So, you know, Africans back then understood that, you know, we have to stick together. Otherwise, things will operate well, you know. And that's why, you know, things were working so well back in Africa, you know, when it was thriving. Of course, you know, there were undeveloped countries, you know, and it wasn't at its peak. But considering the fact that the Mali Empire was the richest of probably any country you could ever think of, just for it to lose almost everything, it's crazy, bro. Just imagine if we were at our peak. And you know what's crazy about today? Is that we have the resources, we have the numbers, but our mindset is not there, bro. We don't want to identify as black. We don't want to stand up for other black people, you know. We've become scared to stand up for our own, you know. Look at Nick Cannon, for example. You know, people supported Nick Cannon and for what he said. There were a ton of black people that supported him for what he said, you know. But they were too scared because the heat was on him, you know. And it was at a point where they made him apologize. They wouldn't stop getting at him until he apologized. They wouldn't stop. And we understand, and I feel as if black people understand this, you know. White people won't stop until they get their way. They are not going to stop. That's what narcissists do. I'm not saying every single... Could I say that? Nah, that's unfair. But I say white people as a race deal with narcissistic personality disorder. You know, they don't stop until they get what they want. That's what narcissists do. They manipulate, they deceive, they lie. And unfortunately, with the likes of technology, you know, it's easy to fabricate, you know. Like, what's his face? Like, there was a fake voice note of Andrew Tate, you know, and people didn't want to believe it at first until, you know, there's a whole video debunking how easy it is to fake voice notes. In fact, there's a whole, you can search it up for yourself. There's a whole article stating how it's used quite often. Faking voice notes, faking messages is very common, you know. And it's like, you know, and I read the comments about, you know, like people utilizing voice notes, you know, you can emulate anybody, just by using a clip of their voice or whatever, you know, and people are finding it cool. How is that cool, bro? You know, people could make shit up and lie in your name. How is that cool, bro? You know, ruin your whole life if they wanted to, with all this AI technology and all this shit, bro. Like, bro, it's just sad. You know what I think it is about this Western world? I feel as if it's all an illusion. You know, we feel as if we're a civilized society and we're all developed because of the technology we have. You know, when you think about civilized society, you're thinking about, like, I don't know, let's say back in the future, where, what's his name again? Marty McFly, I think he's called, you know, is in the 2050, living in 2050, living in such a technologically advanced society, you know, and we think now everything's civilized. But if that was the case, then explain all the mental illnesses with all these people today. If that was the case, explain why people are even more unhealthy than ever before. We're dealing with overweight and obesity at levels we've never witnessed in our life. Testosterone levels have dropped amongst men, you know. Mental illnesses are on the rise. So if this world is so civilized, then please explain all these cases that, you know, it's all a lie. And humans aren't supposed to live like that, bro. We aren't supposed to sabotage other people. We aren't supposed to manipulate other people, you know. I feel as if the human mind craves honesty. It's just you have to push through the stages. I don't know why people act in a way when people are honest. You know, it doesn't make any sense to me, because we've never been as emotional to honesty up until now. So I just feel as if this society, personally, has allowed us to act in an emotional state, you know, to the point where we feel more attacked by what somebody says over somebody, let's say, runs up on you and punches you in the face, like, you know. And I just find it weird, bro. Malcolm X died because of what he said, you know. Fred Hampton died because of what he said, you know, just over words, you know. And it's just sad, bro, living in a society where, you know, you say one thing, you know, and it's like people are willing to crash out, kill somebody for it. Kill somebody because you heard them over your words. That's just crazy, bro. You know, I don't know. It's just a fake society, like, not fake society, but I don't know, just more like, I'm trying to think of a word to describe it. It's a dishonest society. I feel as if we do crave honesty, but, you know, we're living in a society today where, you know, we're allowed to act how we feel, you know. So if that uncomfortable fact makes you feel uncomfortable and you want to act out, you know, and silence somebody for it, then you can, you know, which is sad, bro, you know, because, you know, like, for example, look, you go to the doctors, you have cancer. Would you want your doctor to tell you you have cancer or not? Most likely you would. Why? Because now you know what you're dealing with, you know. So just imagine if you went to the doctors and the doctors told you you never had cancer. You're going to get pissed. You're going to get pissed at the doctor. Like, how could you go out there and not tell me that I had this sort of disease or whatever?
Come on. Come on. Wait. Sit. Sit. Yeah, come on.
But yeah, as I was saying, just imagine if the doctors, you went to the doctors and they told you that focus, and they told you that you didn't have this sort of diagnosis. You get mad, you know. Imagine you take your grandma to doctors or whatever, you know, get them checked out. They've been ill for God knows how long, you know, having all these sort of issues. Go to the doctor, and the doctor won't tell you what the issue is, because the doctors don't want to hurt the grandma's feelings, you know, until you find out what it is. You're gonna get mad, you know. Like, we aren't meant to crave uncertainty, bro. It's just, it's a sick world we live in, bro, where dishonest people thrive, you know. You can lie in order to win. If you want to win in this world today, you've got to lie. You've got to cheat. That's just sad, bro, you know. Black people don't need to do that shit, bro. You see, look, here's the difference between, Here's the difference between eradicating white people and black people. With white people, they have to kill us off. If they're not killing us off, they have to kill our image. In one way, shape, or form, they have to kill us off. We don't have to do that. If we want to erase their whole race group, which I'm not saying we should, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if we wanted to, if we genuinely wanted to, our reproductive system could do its job. We don't have to go out there and kill other white people to eradicate all white people. They are the ones that have to. Because their genes, their genetics aren't that strong. Their reproductive system isn't as strong. You know, they're non-melanated people, I guess you could say. They're non-colored people, you know. And add a colored person to a non-colored, and have a colored person procreate with a non-colored person, and you're gonna have a colored person. Yes, they might not be as colored as dark-skinned people or whatever, but they're still colored nonetheless, you know. So, and they understand this, you know. That's why they have to kill us off. That's why they're happy with all of these black men and these black women going to prison, which is on the rise. Which black women going to prison is on the rise anyway. You know, it's so it can stop you from reproducing. Your reproductive system is a threat to white people, you know. So they have to kill you off. They have to, listen, here's the thing about white people. They have to stick amongst their groups. They have to stick amongst their groups to actually have their race grow, you know. And with the fact that they're losing numbers today, white people are losing their numbers today, you know, it's not looking good for white people. They're really losing. They're losing they're losing the country, bro. You know, they're really, currently they're losing, bro. You know, and I guess you could say it's karma. Me personally, I don't believe in karma, but I do believe karma will come their way. I'll be honest. You know, they've caused too much issues, especially considering the fact that, you know, African people have come around to civilize them twice, in 2 occasions, helped them out in 2 occasions, you know. And all they've caused is nothing but chaos, bro. Nothing but chaos, you know. You know, it's just sad, bro. But still, just because, you know, we can't just sit, like, at the same time, just because they're losing their numbers, just because the Western world's losing its mind, doesn't mean black people have to sit there and believe that we just have to do nothing and let God do his work. Nah, bro, that's not the case. You know, we have to still make sure our people are good because they understand they're losing their numbers. You know, that's why they're pushing all this interracial, you know, relationships. That's why they're advocating for people to date interracially, especially black people to date interracially, because they want to whiten our race. You know, they want to keep white alive. They want to keep whiteness alive, you know, until the whole world is gone. You know, so it's not about love. When the white slave owners slept with these black slaves, these black male and female slaves, because, you know, these white men and women, they were out there fucking anything and anybody, you know. you know, they didn't sleep with these women out of love. They still hated them, you know. But, you know, these white slave owners would kiss on them, make love with them, but never fall in love with them. Why? Because you were still black, you know. It wasn't about love. They never slept with you out of love, you know. In fact, what's he called? I think it was Thomas Jefferson. Slept with what's it called? I think her name is Sally or something, if I'm not mistaken. But she was a mixed slave, and the only reason why, I think it was Thomas Jefferson. But the only reason why Thomas Jefferson was sleeping with Sally, this mixed woman, was because his white wives were struggling with what was it called? What was it? They were struggling, what was it called? Anyway, look. Anyway, a white slave owner had procreated with this mixed woman because their white women around them anyway were struggling procreating, were struggling reproducing other white babies. So they were reproducing with these mixed babies. I mean, with these mixed slaves. So, with these mixed female slaves. So, it was never out of love. In fact, every mixed person, every mixed baby that came from a white man and a black woman was sold into, well, was still slaves. They were still made as slaves, you know. And when, I think, if I'm not mistaken, when slavery became illegal, what they did was that they would procreate with these black women and have these mixed babies, so-called mixed babies anyway. That's a new term. I don't believe in that bullshit. But they made them become slaves within the home just so they could get away with slavery. You know how sad that is? So it was never out of love, you know. And they say I don't know my history. If you don't believe me, you can do your own research, you know. I just want to add some other